Anderson here, and I am joined this evening at the moment by Daniela Vink and Mario
Hi.
Bravo. Hi, Daniela. Hi, Mario.
Hello. Hello.
Uh, Anna Nandez is joining us, but she was having a little problem with her internet connection. So, Mario, it was partly your suggestion that we should have this live stream this evening after the 28th of May elections here in Mijas.
Yes,
Um,
I thought it was only fair.
Yeah, so Mario, I've had some very strange messages from people who I think thought the outcome was very different from what it was. Would you like to just talk us through what actually happened on Sunday in Mijas in the elections?
Yes, well, things are very simple. 50,000 people, es- including 3,000 foreigners, sorry, including 2,031 foreigners, were entitled to vote on Sunday.
Right,
Out of them, only half voted. One third of the foreigners voted, and about half of the Spaniards. The
right.
vote is to 10 different parties, and depending on the number of votes they get, they will obtaining a councillor, one
Yeah,
of the 25 representatives in the town hall. So at the end, PSOE, the socialists, have got 10, we, Partido Popular, have got 9, Vox has got 3, Ciudadanos has got 2, and the old mayor Maldonado, that has joined a small party called Por Mi Pueblo, has got 1. On Saturday, 17th of June at midday, in the main square, I mean in the town hall, there will be a special meeting.
yeah. Oh, we've lost Mario. Oh, you're back, Mario.
Yes, I was saying that on Saturday, 17th of June, the 25 councillors will accept their election, and among themselves, they will have to vote for one of them that will become the mayor.
Right.
Then that mayor will elect his team. Obviously, he should elect those who have voted for him, and then
Yeah.
he will share the power with those who have voted for him. That
r-
is general. So let's say nothing is written yet. On
Right.
that Saturday, we could see some groups getting together and electing one of them. If they elect someone from the Popular Party, I will be happier. If not, I will simply accept the results, of course.
Hello, Anne. You're back.
Hello, Anne.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't do anything about my internet speed or connection.
Oh,
It's fibre optic. It is what it is. I do apologise.
don't worry about it. And I'm glad you could join us. Mario was just explaining what the actual results were, not what people thought the
Can you
results were.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yep. So
Okay.
Mario, it all comes down to the 17th of June. And if there is an absolute majority, it doesn't matter who the absolute majority is for. It's going to be three parties, isn't it?
Okay.
Well, they need at least three parties. The
Yeah.
other option is that one of the parties, or we elect one of the councillors as mayor, and he may not get 13 members.
All right.
So he will have to suffer, he will have to negotiate in any meetings. So when we go to the pleno, you will have to convince the other councillors. So in each vote, you get a majority at least to pass all the resolutions.
Right.
That has never happened in Mijas, but is very usual in other cities.
Right.
So that
Okay.
possibility is also valid.
Right.
However, we believe that several parties will get together and at least will be 13 on Saturday. So the mayor will be elected at least by 13 of the councillors that same Saturday, and that group, whichever it is, would remain along the 4 years.
Right. Okay. Anne, I think that there were round about, maybe a few more, but around about 750 foreigners, that's of all nationalities, that actually voted on Sunday. How how typical is that, do you think? Oh, Anne's coming and going a little bit. Oh, she's gone. Okay, and Daniela, I'll come over to you. There wasn't a lot of I don't know, interest in the elections from the international community. Oh, Anne's back. It's going to be one of these evenings. Oh, Anne.
I'm so sorry, Bill. I can hear you perfectly. Nothing. Well, I can't. I can hear about every fourth or fifth word. It's very stilted, but I'm still here. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Anne, I was just asking. There was for the number of foreigners in Mijas and the number that were eligible to vote, not the number that registered, but the number eligible to vote. We're talking about somewhere in the region of 750 did vote out of maybe 10,000. How typical is that, do you think, of the
Yeah.
foreigners in Mijas?
Well, I'm quite disgusted by it, to be truthful. I actually did, as I think you did, a BBC interview a couple of weeks ago, and I did say I rather thought a lot more would be voting, especially since the results of Brexit in 2016, when a lot were not able to vote or didn't bother to vote. However,
Right.
I was wrong. Apathy rules, it would seem, is all I can say. And I mean, I'm quite heavily involved now with the British in Europe trying to get the votes for life. I'm wondering if we're wasting our time, to be truthful. Do the British even want to vote? I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. So many of them said to me, oh, well, but we don't understand local politics. We didn't really know what we were voting for. Goodness me, how many months do they need to read something?
Yeah.
It's not that difficult, is it? If they're that interested, they would have found out.
Yeah, but and you know, on live streams that we did, we talked about the registration process. We talked about the voting process. I published ad nauseum instructions on you know, what happens in a polling station and what you have to do, and then people phoned me on Sunday morning, the day of the election, and said, "Oh, I hear the elections are on. I'd like to vote. What do I have to do?" And I'm thinking.
At least they were interested.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I can't answer you, Bill. I don't know. I honestly do not know. I'm really very disappointed by it. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah. So Daniela, you know, you're very much involved in the community. There seemed to be a bit of apathy about it. What's the mood been about the elections since the elections?
Oh, to be honest, there's not much going on. I think, I don't know, some people feel ashamed that they didn't, well, because there was many also, because I was at one of the polling stations all day.
Right.
And I was volunteering and helping. So many people like messaged me as well the days before, like you. So I said, don't worry, there will be people to help, to guide you what you have to do. There will be people to translate if you need any help. And first of all, I would like to thank all the people that did make an effort,
Sure.
that the ones that did register and the ones that did come to vote. I met many of them that I knew or that I know, and that's something you do for yourself, obviously, but also for the community. So I'm, well, like you, I was a bit shocked or disappointed, because especially you did a big effort explaining, and after seeing on social media constantly how the people are moaning about everything and they're not happy with anything, I have here in Calahonda, if it's, but not only foreigners or also Spanish people, saying we pay double here in Calahonda because we pay the property tax to the town hall, and we pay an extra tax or fee to the Calahonda community because the town hall is not taking care of everything in our community. So we pay extra to have constant cleaning of our streets. There's people employed here in Calahonda to catch up the things that the town hall doesn't do. So in our Calahonda case, seeing the people constantly complaining, and still our mayor was saying in public, well, you will never get the service in the urbanizations that La Cala, Las Lagunas, and Mijas Pueblo will get. So this was the chance, really. This is the only elections foreigners are allowed to vote.
Mm-hmm.
This is the elections that are even more important, even if you're not into politics, because you pay your annual property tax or garbage tax to the town hall. So why don't you want to be a bit more interested or want things to be to get improved?
Mm.
So that's I didn't understand really, and because I think it wasn't that complicated, and I mean, you could look it up. So if you had the slightest interest, it's also obviously tourists, you have to be a resident. But many people that are residents here, they own businesses. They
Sure.
have even the digital certificate, so it was like really, really easy, really to do.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them even speak Spanish. And from my day at the polling station, I mean, I was there from 7:30 in the morning until, I don't know, 9:30, 10, I don't remember.
Yeah.
The whole day. And I have seen the lists, and I've seen the list of the people from Calahonda. And many of them, they were able to vote and they didn't even come. And coming in and out into the polling station and doing the vote took less than 10 minutes. So
Sure.
it's not like you didn't have to queue. There was nothing that you wasted your day or something. You were in and out in 10 minutes. So that's why it's a bit, very frustrating for us, because now we have to see what happens on the 17th of June.
Yeah.
And especially as foreigners, we will have to wait another 4 years before we can have a word again.
Yeah. So we've got Peter on there. Hi, Peter. Nice of you to join us. You're a regular contributor as well. Peter's feeling is that complacency wins out yet again. But I think that there was this very, it's almost like an oxymoron, this contrast between complete apathy and determination, because I met a lot of people, and I've met a lot of people over the last couple of weeks who were determined to get registered and determined to go and vote, and they did. And we got that on the one hand, but it's a fairly small number comparatively. And on the other hand, we've got the vast majority that just seem to think, it's just local elections.
But even if they registered or they are Spanish and they didn't even have to register and they don't come, that's something I don't get it. Sorry.
Mario,
Yes.
a question for you. How would things work, Mario? Let's just suppose, whoever ends up in government, let's just suppose it is three parties. Whether it's the PP plus Vox plus Por Mi Pueblo, or whether it's on the other side. How do things work in terms of electoral plans, Mario? Because each of these parties will have had their own electoral plans. How does it get decided what gets done and what doesn't get done?
Well, that is the issue during these days. All those parties are talking among themselves, trying to create a group of 13 or more than 13 to be able to rule the government.
Right.
But everything has a price. I mean,
Right.
if two partners are going to work together, they will have to check with things they have in common and try to disregard those that they cannot match.
Right.
And those are the negotiations that are being done during these days. And
Right. Okay.
hopefully there will be a group of 13 councillors at least on Saturday. If that is not the case, imagine each of the five.
Oh, are you still there, Mario?
I'm here,
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I was saying is that if there are no more than 13, there will be a second vote, and whoever has more votes will become the mayor, with
Right.
the risk of not being able to approve his proposals at every monthly meeting, because all the others could vote against.
Right.
I don't think that will be the case, and I assume that there will be a group of at least 13 councillors for this Saturday.
Okay.
But going back to what you were saying before, Foreigners voted about 33% of the 2,000 that bothered to register. 50% of the Spaniards didn't vote.
Right.
And they didn't have to register. They register automatically as soon as they are more than 18 years of age and they live in Mijas. So there is not more to blame to the foreigners than to the Spaniards.
Right.
The big question is why half of the population doesn't bother about the elections.
Right.
Why don't they participate? As Daniela says, it is simply a matter of 10 minutes. Just go there, pick up a ballot. If you are shy, you can go into a small cabinet so nobody see which ballot you are picking up, put it in an envelope, show your identity card, and then vote. That's all. It doesn't cost money. There were no queues. The town hall has done an effort and has put air condition and even cold and hot water in each of the 17 polling stations.
Right.
So things cannot be easier.
Yeah.
If people didn't vote and prefer to complain at the bar, they should know it is completely useless.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've spent longer than I have, Anne, working with Brits, not just here in Mijas, but across Andalusia and Spain. And Anne's gone again. So we're having great fun with the internet tonight. She'll be back in a minute, I think. No. I'm hearing clicks there in the background. Okay, Daniela, we're both giddies here. You and I are both foreigners. Oh, Anne's back. Let's see if it's working. Anne, you're back.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, Bill. Say that again.
You're back, Anne.
I can. I can hear you, Bill. Carry on.
Right. Okay, and sorry, I was going to say to you, you and I, well, you far more than I have, but we've spent a number of years trying to engage with, in your case, just Brits, in my case, with Brits and other nationalities here in Mijas, and you across Andalusia and Spain and beyond. Does it ever feel like, what's the point?
What's the point? Yes. in a word, yes. I mean, I can't answer for why the Spanish haven't voted. For what reason? But I honestly think British politics has spoiled it for the British.
Right. Oh, Anne's gone again. Amanda, thanks for joining, Amanda. She joined late, so may miss something. And she just confirmed, I think, what you said, Mario, that the voting was easy. Registration could be the issue. But actually, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of people got a registration letter sent to their home. Now, and I know that when stuff is delivered by the post office, it's difficult to, Anne's back. When stuff comes via the post office, it's difficult to guarantee. Sorry, you're back, Anne. Yes. No. Okay.
Am I back? I don't know.
You're coming and going a bit, Anne.
Well, there we go. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Right,
Bill, and you possibly can't see me, but
we can see you.
I can hear you all the
it's coming.
time.
It's coming
Badly, I hasten to try, but I can hear you.
Yeah. We were just saying, Anne, that
I mean, I cannot.
No, you've gone again, Anne. Yeah, you keep coming and going, Anne. Let me ask Mario. Mario, Amanda was saying that the voting part was easy, and registration could be the issue. I have said several times, I asked Mijas Council in about May of last year, when it came time for registration, that they should mount a campaign to encourage foreigners to register. And they said, no, it's not necessary because everyone knows what to do.
Yes, well, it is obvious. Many people didn't know. And it is true that the town hall could do a lot more to encourage people registering. Again, I always say the same. You should go to the town hall once a year. The same reason you go to a doctor. You don't need to suffer to be in pain. It is just a revision. So foreigners and even Spaniards should go once a year to the town hall to confirm that they are up to date with their taxes, that the town hall has their exact address and their email and telephone number. The town hall does not always give bad news. Sometimes they call you for something positive or for something interesting. It is important that you let the town hall know everything about you. I know that British and foreigners in general are very.
Well, that was very strange. The whole thing went down there, and we're all back again. I can see Mario and I can see Anne. I'm sorry about that.
Yes. So what I was saying is that people should go to the town hall once a year, whether they are called or not, just to say hello and check that everything is up to date. Spaniards and foreigners. This is something that you can do if you have your digital certificate, or if not, you can just walk in and say hello. It is true that the pandemic has stopped or made difficult the access to the town hall. We all are waiting for this previous appointment is cancelled, or at least the town hall allows you just to go in and say hello, no matter whether you have to wait or not. Some people prefer to wait rather than having to call for an appointment. The relationship between the town hall and the citizens in general, and foreigners in particular, can improve a lot. And what you have been doing by yourself because you want it is something that the town hall is paid to do. And they have not been doing that. And
Right. Okay. What have we got? Vicky. When we be able to see another international on the seat, or will we be ever able to see another international on the seat again? We've lost a big opportunity. Well, Vicky's one of my big supporters. And
Groupie.
No, really?
Listen, when they got me, they got two for the price of a half. Because Vicky has been incredibly supportive of everything that I've been doing.
Well, that's something, Bill, that you should maybe explain, because I've seen on Facebook on Facebook also that people are aware what happened to you. So you should maybe explain what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I lost my seat because it doesn't work that way in Spain. Basically, when the elections are on, everybody loses their seat, and it's up to the electorate how many people on the list get their seat back again. And unfortunately, my number was too far down the list. I was number 13, which would have been great if we got an absolute majority. But I mean, to be honest, with 10 parties presenting, I think it was kind of unlikely that any party was going to get an absolute majority. So I didn't get my seat. We only got up to number 9 on the list. So and I was number 13 on the list. So I'm not there anymore as I'm a councillor until the 17th of June, and then I lose that. So wait a minute. We've got a comment from Sharon. We received the form by post to register. Is that to do with Brexit? We've never had one before. Made it very easy. Well, actually, it is to do with Brexit, Sharon, because, no, actually, I think these registration letters went out to all eligible foreigners.
Yeah, I got it as well.
The difference was that British citizens had to re-register this time, previously, European citizens, if they were registered on previous voters' rolls, it should just continue into the next one. But British citizens were forced to re-register, and that was a Brexit thing. So yes and no, but it's amazing how many people said they didn't get a letter. But I actually visited some people. This was maybe in March or April, and they said, "Oh, look, I've got my thing, so I can vote," and it's like they hadn't sent it back. So they thought
Yes,
that was the permission to vote, and it was just the invitation to register to vote, and they hadn't done anything with it.
there was a Danish fellow who came to our polling station very proud with that paper signed by him, and
Yes.
that he kept secretly instead of cutting it into two parts and sending one back by post, which was free.
Right.
And he was Danish and he looked very clever, but he forgot to read a couple of lines. That's all.
Yeah.
His wife could vote,
Right.
was of a different nationality, but he forgot to do something so easy. He had already even signed the paper, but forgot to send it.
Right.
Yeah, but we had at our voting table, we had cases for the postal votes made by Spanish. And instead of putting the voting paper in, they put the publicity paper in that the one or the party sent out by mail weeks or months before. So that vote didn't count either.
Right.
We had a couple of them, I think.
Anne, you're back with us, and your internet connection looks better this time. Have we got a delay?
Oh, does it? Good. Okay, I'm hearing you.
What is it worth the effort of keeping?
I can hear you. Continue.
Right.
Carry on.
Is it worth the effort, Anne, of keeping bashing on and continuing to try to get people involved in? When I say the political process, I'm talking about with a small p. Which affects us all, or are we just sort of peeing into the wind, to use a phrase? Oh, Anne's microphone's delayed. No, we can't hear you, Anne. Okay, I'm going to go to Mario, if you don't mind. Mario,
yes.
Someone said to me, this was about 3 or 4 weeks before the elections, and it wasn't a party member or anything like that, but someone said to me, the reason the urbanizations are neglected is that whether the governments do something for them or do nothing for them, there's no votes in it for them. Is there any truth in that?
Well, there is a fact. The percentage of vote in Mijas village, for example, is 60-something, and in Calahonda and other areas, hardly reach 50%.
Right.
It is also due to the fact that while everybody is a permanent resident at home in Mijas village, in the urbanizations, there are a lot of people that have a second home, and they may not be in Mijas the day of the elections. They could be somewhere else. But it is true that people outside the center of the three centers of Mijas, both Mijas village, Las Lagunas, and La Cala, those who do not live on those three places are more independent. Their life do not depend so much on the town hall. They prefer to go to their community meetings or to the urbanization meetings, and they believe their voice is more important there. And nothing stops you going to those two places, to the community whenever it is needed, and to the town hall whenever there are elections. Both
Daniela, it looks like it's only Dee and me that are working at the moment. Mario's internet connection seems to be going up and down. And Anne McConnell, hi Anne, is saying that the problem of the diabolical post service, and I think Anne lives in a more rural area, but some didn't get the invitations to register until March. Yeah, what can we say?
Yeah, but I think, it was explained again and again and again on social media. And if people would have a bit more interest, and here in Spain, you can't rely on the postman.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. So many things you can sort nowadays digitally. Especially not everyone has a digital certificate, but the ones that have, because they are working here, they're paying taxes here, most of them, they have it. And then with that, it was a question of 3 minutes to register to vote. You didn't have to go anywhere, nothing.
Right.
So it's I don't know, but it's the same what we said before. It's also the Spanish that didn't show up. It's not only
Yeah.
we can't only pick on the foreigners, but
No,
it's well, for my area, I can only say that it's a pity, because with all the complaints that there constantly are,
yes.
and people had the chance and they didn't take it.
Yeah.
So now it's 4 years, and now people shouldn't complain, because they let others decide for them. So that's what you get now, maybe from them for the next 4 years.
Let's try you again, Anne. We had trouble hearing you last time. Can you hear me? Put your thumb up if you can hear me. Not sure. There seems to be a delay there somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll finish in just a moment. Mario, is there anything you would like to add?
Well, the meeting on Saturday, 17th of June at midday is free, and those who are interested on the result could attend that meeting at the town hall, and also watch through our local TV, Mijas 340, because it will be broadcast on live. So
Right.
that will be an interesting moment. It won't take long. It will be half an hour maximum, and I think it deserves the effort. This
Yes.
is what the people who have bothered to vote have decided for the following 4 years, and I will be there.
Indeed. You will be, Mario, and you will be getting another medal.
Well, I will see.
Daniela, anything you'd like to just sort of round up
No,
with?
well, let's see now for the 17th of June. Let's hope for the best. And and then I hope for the next elections, well, we've learned maybe the effort wasn't big enough, although you would think what more can one do? But
sure.
let's see, and let's hope for the best and for the best outcome for us, and we take it from there.
Yeah. Well, we've had a lot of people listening in live. I'm sorry that the internet connections have seemed to be a bit. We've had some gremlins. Amanda, I speak a little Spanish, and I struggled registering even after Mario sent me all the links and instructions. Maybe just me. I don't think so necessarily, Amanda. It is, the registration is just a little bit different, and if we're not used to it. Okay.
Yeah, but then I don't know. But then if I have problems doing it, but I so want to do it, so then I ask maybe my Spanish friend, my Spanish neighbor,
Yeah.
or someone in my surroundings to help me.
Yeah,
There's no excuses accepted, as you can see, not from my part.
Yeah, and Andreas is asking if there's any information which coalition of political parties will form the new city council. Well, Andreas, Mario explained that just at the beginning, if you want to go back and watch it. But if Mario could tell us that now, he would also be able to tell us next week's winning lottery numbers.
And the weather on what day people ask in December.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Some people are meeting some people in the morning and some others in the evening.
All right.
So I think everybody's talking with everybody, trying to see which team can be created in order that Mija's future looks better. Let's hope whatever happens is right, and Mijas keeps improving during the next 4 years, with some people in the government and some people in the opposition, which is the best way to handle this system.
Yeah. Mario, Anne in her absence, Daniela, I think we'll call it a night there. Thank you very much for joining me this evening.
Thank you.
And well, we'll do a roundup after the 17th of June and explain what's happening. And well, let's see what news we've got. Let's not tempt Providence on this one.
All right.
Daniela, thank you so much.
Bye.
Mario, thanks for joining me. And Anne, in her
Thank you,
absence,
Bill.
she has been around. And Peter is just finishing off with gracias todos y
A
todas.
ti, Peter.
Muy bien.
Muchas gracias,
Adiós.
Peter. Adiós.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.